Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, and just a quick one tip for how to recover the car after stalling. As you know, most learners, when they are nervous or when they're learning in the beginner lessons, they stall the car a lot in first gear. However, this does happen in driving tests too, because they are nervous when they're in a test. And if they do a stall, they tend to panic a little bit, and they normally are okay with it, and they find that they're stalling the car. The best thing for stalling a car, people always ask me this: will I fail my test? Well, if the nature of the fault, if it affects somebody while you stall the car, it could be a fail point. If it doesn't and you recover the car, then it's a fault, driver fault. And basically it's all about how you recover from the stall. Now, there's two types of stalls. There's one where you stall if you're about to drive off and you recover the car and you drive off again, then that would be fine. It would be a driver fault unless it's repeated in a pattern. And then the other way of stalling, if you're pulling off a junction into a major road and you stall because you have the wrong gear selected and it affects traffic that was on that road, then that would be a dangerous fault or a serious fault, resulting in a fail in most cases. So why does a stall happen? And the simplest way to explain this, and if you keep it very simple, first gear is not like the other gears. First gear is a moving off gear. It's a very powerful gear and it has a very low limit, and it makes a lot of noise. So when you're about to pull off from a stop position, you press the clutch, you select first gear, and you bring the clutch up to what we call the biting point. It may vary in car to car. The biting point is where the car pulls slightly, the engine revs climb up. This is the point of engaging the first gear. Now, when you're moving off, once you reach the biting point, you can only inch the clutch up very slowly, and you must let the car travel a good 2 or 3 feet. However, learners lift it up too quick off the bite and it results in a stall. Now, if you find the bite and you keep the clutch on the biting point and you bring the clutch up very slowly by inching it up, maybe an inch or a millimeter, and add a little bit of gas and keep that setting until the car's traveled a good couple of feet, and then you gradually bring the clutch up, it will not stall. Hill starts, you would have to use a little bit more gas. Now, if you stall the car, the main thing they look for is if your car isn't rolling back, you've stopped the car with the brake, you've gone back to neutral, and you've reset and started it again by doing the biting point, and you move off again. However, learners panic and they repeat the same fault. They lift the clutch up too quick and they miss the biting point. The best way to deal with that is to find your biting point in small stages. So for example, if you can't find the biting point, you add the clutch up slowly. You still can't find it, add a little bit more, you still can't find it. So doing small movements is the key. And then once you find it, hold on the bite, add very little adjustment, maybe a millimeter higher as the car starts to travel, and that would be fine. So I'm going to give you a quick demonstration. I'm moving off from here. I'm going to select first gear by pressing the clutch. I've selected first gear and I'm looking for the biting point. So I'm going to bring the clutch up slowly. Usually the biting point is about halfway up in most cars, and you'll feel the revs change. You'll feel the car starting to pull forward. As you pull forward, you can inch the clutch up, checking your mirrors, gradually adding everything and gradually doing your biting point. And I'm still on the clutch at this moment, and now the car's traveling, so I've released the clutch pedal now, and that would be first gear move off. So now I'm pulling back in and I'm going to press the clutch first in this case because the speed is low, and I'm braking and stopping. Okay, and back to neutral, cancelling the signal. So as time goes on, you will get better with doing the biting point more fluently. Learners seem to think they take too long, so they rush it when they're in traffic lights or in junctions. So in side roads they get good with it, and then when they're out in the main roads, they feel they need to rush it. The movement does never change, it never rushes. You can never do it quickly. It always has to be done in that still sort of movement, and that's where the learners make that mistake, because they're under pressure with the other traffic, and everybody knows it very well, the experienced drivers. That's all it is. So again, I'm going to move off again. I'm selecting first gear, I'm bringing the clutch to the bike, and I'm holding it on the biting point, and I'm inching the clutch up very, very slowly, and I'm moving away. And now I'm letting go of the clutch. So you see, it takes that much time for you to actually let go of the clutch, and I'm pulling back in again. So most of the time, when you're changing into gear 2, 3, 4, them clutches are released a little bit quicker. I wouldn't say you could jump off them. They're released in a gradual way, and sometimes the learners can get confused between the gears, where they think first gear is similar to that. First gear is completely the difference of them gears. First and reverse gear usually are done with more biting point and gradual lift of the clutch, whereas 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, etc., rest of the gears you can smoothly gradually come off the clutch. I hope that answers some of your questions. If you like that video, hit the like, subscribe, and switch on your notifications for the next videos. I'll be giving you a bit more detail on biting point and moving off, and a bit more on the clutch. See you on the next one. Thanks for watching.